Are you struggling in your life? You struggling in your sobriety? You struggling with your alcohol use? All these things are difficult to deal with. Life is difficult as it is. Add on top of that an addiction, we got real problems. This is my story about my addiction. It's my diary about where I came from, how I overcame my addiction, and ultimately what led me to a better life. We all have these issues when we drink, where we wake up in the morning, we have a headache, pounding, anxiety, we might feel nauseous. The morning goes on, we start feeling better as the morning goes on. By lunchtime, we start feeling so good, we start thinking about our next binge drink. And we anticipate that drink again when we're done with work or we're done with whatever our responsibilities are for that day. We get to that binge, we start drinking again, and we go right back to where we were yesterday. It's on repeat. It's like Groundhog Day, and we just keep doing it over and over again to ourselves. Do you want to get out of that? I know I wanted to get out of it. I know that I spent almost 3 decades trying to. I didn't give it my best shot. I didn't try hard enough. I beat myself up over and over and again. I gave myself no grace. I gave myself no leeway, and Uh, I didn't do what I needed to do to finally get through it. But that's because I wanted to keep drinking. I found value in it. I enjoyed it. I found solace in it. It helped me escape my reality. It helped me get to where I wanted to go. It helped me stay where I wanted to stay, which was young, until I really started to feel old. And that's really when it started to change. I would sit and I would think about how I felt while I was drunk. And I would think, isn't there more? There's got to be more. This can't be all there is to this life. I mean, I'm missing out on so many things that I could be doing today because I choose alcohol over everything else. I choose alcohol over my relationships. I choose alcohol over my opportunities to do things, to socialize, to go places, to explore the world. And I choose alcohol above myself. I stopped showing up for myself. I decided uh, I didn't care. I didn't want life. I wanted alcohol, and I wanted to keep doing it, and I wanted to keep escaping from it. I looked at my alcohol use like it was kind of a habit. I kind of looked at it like I could take it or leave it. I didn't give it a lot of weight. I didn't want to give it weight. I wanted it to be in control. Because I didn't have control and I didn't know how to have it. I didn't know how to gain it. So my addiction was in control, but I really didn't know that it was an addiction until I had about 30 days sober. But how did I get sober? Well, first let's talk about what it's like to be stuck in addiction. We deny that we have a problem with it. Even if people might tell us that we have a problem with it, or the people that we care about can tell that it's a problem for us, we deny it. We don't want to acknowledge it. We stay ignorant. And my therapist once said, uh, awareness is the opposite of ignorance. And if you really want to piss off an addict, tell them that. Because we're ignorant and we choose to stay that way when we're in our addiction. Because all we want is our drug of choice. Nothing else matters. And if we're aware of it and we give it weight that it's a problem, then we may lose that. We may lose that crutch. But it's a vice. It's a vice that keeps us in the loop. It's a vice that keeps us addicted, and ultimately leads to nowhere good. And even if we can acknowledge that it's not leading anywhere good in the long run, in the short run, it does feel good. It does feel euphoric. It does make us escape, help us escape. It does make us um, but it keeps making us crave more. And that's really the issue, is that if we're drinkers, like if you're drinkers like I was, one or two isn't the goal. It's one after another. And ultimately that leads to craving more and more, and needing more and more to achieve what we're looking for, which is ultimately an escape from our reality. When I quit drinking, the real goal was to just not drink. I mean, I had to do all that it took to just not drink. I didn't have physical withdrawal symptoms. I didn't have shakes. I didn't have um, convulsions. I didn't have these things that if I didn't have alcohol, I couldn't control the tremors and things like that. I was more mentally addicted to alcohol, and I kind of noticed that in the first 10 days that I quit. Sure, I had a headache here and nausea there, but I took some Dramamine. I would take Motrin or Tylenol and work through those things. Nothing that was uncommon from a regular day. But once I got all the alcohol out of my system in about 10 days, um, I started to feel better. That fog and that cloud started to lift. But I needed support. I needed to find a group. I found a group online. If you want to know more about that, please comment below. I can give you the book title, the community, and let you know that group. I also have my own personal group on Facebook. It's called Sobriety in the Storm. It's a private group. I'll pin the link in the comments below. And I'll let you know what helped me get to where I want to go. But really, it was a community. I made a plan. I scheduled a therapy visit for the week after next. So it would be about day 8 of my sobriety, which was around my longest I've ever stayed sober. So I had a plan. I stayed in contact with my group 24/7. I would post how I'm feeling. I would talk to my wife about how I was feeling, if I was having an urge to drink, explore why I was having an urge to drink. It usually revolved around ruminations of feeling guilty about how I acted during my drinking days, things that I said, and just those guilty and shameful feelings that I was holding onto that made me want to escape. And I would work through those urges, and I would feel stronger for the next one. When I finally got to day 8 and got to my therapy visit, I went in, I told my therapist straight off, I have a case of beer at home. I'm going to go home and I'm going to drink it after this. Um, he said, well, it could be that this is triggering for you. Talking about our feelings is never easy. And he's right. I hated talking about my feelings. I hated being vulnerable. I hated um, opening up and admitting that I was uh, feeling an urge to drink, and talking about why I was having an urge to drink, even with the people that were closest to me. It was a pride thing. It was something, and I think that that's one of the issues that as drinkers, first off, drinking, we have something we can control. It's in our hand. We can control how much we're drinking, how much we're not drinking, but also it gives us a sense of pride, and it gives us a sense that we are in control of our lives. But in reality, we're not. And admitting that is really the first step and the first goal. And so when my therapist talked to me about, if you go home and you drink, think about how you feel after 1, after 2, after 3, and so forth. And really think about, is it worth it? Do you feel good? do you really feel good? Uh, the further into it you get, you start to kick in that prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that makes rational decisions and helps you think clearly. And how do you feel about that when you're inebriated? Do you want to keep getting that way? Do you want to keep feeling that way, or do you want to confront and have more power over your life? What do you want? And I got home and I listened to the voices of the people that I loved around me, my kids, my wife, laughing and having a good time. And I thought, I don't really want that beer. Why would I want to wash away the voices of those people that I care about so much? So I left that beer in there, and that beer was in there for about 4 months until I finally threw it out. Dumped it out one after another, threw out the cans, and got rid of it. But it really took the community, like I said, of like-minded people. My wife's not an addict, so she doesn't completely get it. My therapist actually was an addict, and he knew what it was like to be addicted to something. He wasn't addicted to alcohol. His was cocaine, but he knew what it was like to drink a lot. So if you're using drugs, you're probably drinking a lot as well. Um, and so he got it. He understood. But I didn't see him every day. He wasn't with me 24/7. That's what having that sobriety group in my pocket 24/7 helped me get through those day to day, those hour by hour and minute by minute urges. But then when I would follow up with him every week, and I followed up with him on my second visit, and I told him that I didn't drink, and he was shocked and surprised and happily surprised. We went into more detail about that. I told him why I didn't drink. My choice to not drink was because I wanted to stay present. I wanted to show up for myself. I wanted to show up for my family. And I no longer wanted to live in that perpetual hell, that Groundhog Day, over and over again, just thinking about alcohol 24/7, waking up thinking about it, drinking, the hangover, and all of it. That the cycle. It's those three things. That's the daily cycle. You wake up, you're sick because of it. You finally get over it and you crave it. You get to it, you drink, and then you go to sleep or pass out, and you do that all over again. And that got old. And I did that for so long that I finally was tired of it, sick and tired of being sick and tired of it. So I decided at that time, I'm 42 years old, I'm going to change my life. And ultimately, that's what I ended up doing. So if you're sober curious, if you are sober but still struggling, because it still takes work to fix our mental well being. Just because we quit drinking doesn't mean that it's all going to go away. Life still has issues. There's still problems that we have to work through, and not having that crutch of alcohol or drugs or whatever it is that you use as your coping mechanism. If that's not there, it is tougher. It is harder. It's not easier, at least for a little bit of time, until you start to go through those tough times without it. Then you start to build up those muscles. You start to gain tools. You start to do things that you really enjoy doing, and you turn to those when you crave alcohol. Those become habits. Those become new neural pathways in your brain, and they become things that you need instead of drinking or using drugs. And that's really what it takes to build those tools, to build those things that bring you true joy. You start to see that your relationships mend. You start to see that your relationship with yourself mends. You start to be able to form more boundaries with yourself, with other people, and those triggers, you can keep them at bay. so that you don't need to confront as many triggers as you did when you were drinking. All those things add up, they build up over time, and as long as we're staying alcohol free, we can continue. But all it takes is one drink to mess that all up. And even if we do have one drink, or say like a binge session, it doesn't mean it's over. It's a step in the wrong direction. As long as we don't relapse and fall right back into that daily cycle, we'll be okay. Dust ourselves off. Don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel ashamed of it, because that really is what holds us back and keeps us in that addiction cycle. Acknowledge that we didn't like it. We don't want it anymore. Try again. And the longer we go without it, we start to, and when we have that big urge, reach out to your community, reach out to me, reach out to my Facebook group, Sobriety in the Storm, and comment below. Please let me know, let us know what you're going through, how your feelings are about alcohol, what your feelings are, your success stories in sobriety, because life's not perfect in sobriety. It's far from it, but it's better, it's easier, and it's a better way of life. We're easier on ourselves. We can give ourselves grace, and that's really the key to all this. So, but talking about it is also key. I'm here right now with you. It's Saturday. I'm getting ready to go to work, but there's no place I'd rather be than talking with you guys here on this channel and on my sobriety group. Um, I wouldn't rather be at the bar. I wouldn't rather be in my room binge drinking. I wouldn't rather be escaping with alcohol. I'd rather be sober, uh, happy, uh, having a conversation with you guys. And I also do Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. Live streams. So you can join me there. Like I said, I'll pin my Facebook group in the comments below. Please click on there and join. I'll also put a link to my videos down below, so you can check more of my videos out. I've got hundreds of sobriety videos, and I think you might be able to find one that suits you, that helps you. But if this one did, please like and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell for more coming up, and I hope to see you next time.